I'm Johnny Jenkins from Gateway 97.8 radio station in Basildon in the Force Control Room at Essex Police with Roger Hirst, Police Fire Crime Commissioner, and BJ Harrington, the Chief Constable for Essex Police. Let's talk about 101 and antisocial behaviour. I've got a question here from David West, who is concerned about reporting crime, antisocial behaviour. He says sometimes he rings 101, he's seen people doing a burglary whilst he's out walking the dog. He calls up 101, he's on hold for 30 to 40 minutes and he can't report the crime.
So we're here in the middle of the force control and you can see the people here doing that sort of work. But I would just say reporting a burglary, that is a 999 call. And 999, as you can see from the screens up there, is dealt with very promptly indeed. 101 is for non-emergency. I think we recognised a few years ago that it wasn't where we wanted it to be. Demand has risen and the resources weren't there to deal with it properly. We've invested pretty heavily in it, so we used to have an average wait time to actually get your call resolved of around 29-30 minutes. It's now down to near 11 or 12. That isn't where we want it to be yet. So we kind of need to get the message out there to people that we do need you to report, and it's better than it was, so please use it, while we continue to invest to make it better again. And of course the other thing I need to stress is we have got a good online service now. It's just been upgraded again, and that means that if you can report online, not everybody can, but if you can report online, that is a much more efficient way of doing it. And if you do that, you're taking the burden off the 101 phone lines for those people who can't report online.
This wait time is a worry, isn't it?
I mean, 999 is our priority and always will be. That's the emergency, and I'd really encourage people, where they see a burglary, where they see someone's being hurt, where there's a crime happening now, whether it's to them or someone else, 999 is the number to call. We answer those within 10 seconds and we get people to you very quickly. Of course, we're concerned around how quickly we answer those less urgent calls, no less important to the people on the end of the phone. We're looking at lots of different ways of doing that, online reporting, trying to get that better. We are put extra officers and staff into dealing with these issues, and also introduce some new ways of working to make sure that we resolve things differently so people get the answer they need, they get the response they deserve on the telephone rather than waiting a longer time. It's a work in progress. We are listening to the public and we're determined to do more around that, particularly as new technology, web chats and other things come available. You'll see us trying to develop in the 21st century.
Anthony in Tillingham is concerned about what he describes as low-level antisocial behaviour, perhaps in young people, perhaps drug dealing or things like that. He says, what policies are being used to address antisocial behaviour across Essex?
Well, drug dealing is a crime and we want to know about that. Can we always run out to every single drug deal? Is really difficult. I'd be unrealistic around that. Antisocial behaviour might be low level in description, but if that's outside your house, if that's in your community, it's where you live, work, or your children go to school, that's really, really important and we're interested. We have reduced the amount of antisocial behaviour across the county. Many of those things are now recorded as crimes and we investigate those. That's really important. As I say, the example you give around drug dealing. But please keep telling us about it. We've got local community officers who are working to try and solve some of the issues that cause that, whether that's young people, whether that's the availability of places for them to go. But where it's drug dealing, where it's crime, we're really interested. If people can tell us, then we will do something about trying to stop it.
But I think a key point on that as well is, the Chief's absolutely right about the crime, but on antisocial behaviour, so it's disorder and bad behaviour in public, that's somewhere where we work really well in partnership, particularly with the local authorities. So we've got community safety partnerships with every local authority across the county, community safety hubs where we actually co-locate police officers and council officers, and most of the councils now have accredited enforcement officers who can deal with quite a chunk of this, which is partly why we are being more successful in getting the antisocial behaviour down, as well as dealing with the crime that the Chief was talking about.
Just finally on this, there is a real concern among residents that particularly when they report something like antisocial behaviour, they don't then get that knock at the door from the police. They feel like this issue is being ignored.
Well, it's absolutely not being ignored. We record all of those issues and instances where they're crimes, we investigate them. Where they're antisocial behaviour issues, we try and work with, as Roger says, partners, other agencies, and of course the people themselves to try and prevent that from happening. And we have a great deal of success around that. We need to know about it. There's always lots more work to do that to these things. We have to prioritise around people being hurt now, and that's the reality. So they might not get the knock on the door, but please keep telling us. Please keep letting us know so we can try and resolve those issues so people not only are safer, and I'll remind you it's a safe county, but actually feel safer as they go about their daily lives.
We do knock on lots of doors as well, don't we?
We do.
Yeah.